Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Krishna Bensal, and I'm the chairman of Indian Community Outreach. And on behalf of Indian Community Outreach, our board, our advisors, core team, and over 3,500 plus members, I'd like to welcome you. And I'd like to very happily welcome you because this is one of the big missions of Indian Community Outreach when we started was to how do we get our community engaged in the civic world, in public service, running for positions. And I'm so humbled and great. It's really glad to see that how many of you have stepped up and looking to run for many positions. It's different positions. We will be talking about you more as you go along. But before I do that, I'd like to do a very quick introduction of Indian Community Outreach, as I always do with any of our forums. So this is part of this event is part of the conversation series, what we host as part of a mission. Indian Community Outreach was started, it's a very young organization, started in 2013 in Naperville. It started in Naperville, now it has grown and become an organization covering entire Midwest. The whole idea to start this organization was how do we educate and integrate and empower our Indian American community and make them part of the mainstream fabric and vice versa. And we have been very successful doing that. Some of the major programs we run, our India Day Parade and Celebration is a flagship program that has really brought in a lot of cultural and awareness about Indian community in Chicagoland, and not only in Chicagoland, in a lot of neighboring states as well. It has become a big event, and a lot of you must have already, must have attended. We have organized this for 6 years now, and we look forward hosting it again this year. Hopefully, if things go well. Business and economic platform. This is where we bring in our businesses to come and meet with the local governments, and if they have any issues, help them connect and move forward. Conversations this is the part of the conversation series that is really our forums where we talk about the civic, cultural, educational, health, and not many topics. And we have been organizing many of these conversations. Yesterday itself, we hosted the City Council Forum for Naperville candidates. We had just a few weeks back a big forum to connect with our consuls and many more. And then also we give out scholarships every year to Indian American students, high school students who are attending college. And other than that, the most important part as we do is the outreach in community, outreach in different places so that we are visible because we are busy with our lives, but that's very important. So with that, just quickly, this is a small board. I'm not going to go through the names in interest of time. And then we have our advisory council headed by Naperville Mayor Steve Chirocco and leaders from all around the Chicago area. Our core committee, and of course, many more people have joined after this, so I'm sorry that I have not added some of the names. And then, of course, we have around over 3,500 active members who participate in our events. They are connected with us and work with us. So with that, without taking much of time, I know our Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthy, he has graciously accepted to come and motivate all of us, speak about, because he's one person who we look up for. He's the elected representative. We all take inspiration, and I believe you all as well. So Dinkar, without taking much time, can you quickly do a quick introduction of our congressman, and we'll just like to hear from him.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Dinkar, we can hear you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dinkar Karmuri. I'm part of the board for ICO. This is exciting to see so many people participating in the election process. With this, I would like to introduce my friend, Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthy. You all know that he represents the 8th Congressional District, in which Chicago's west and northwest suburbs. He's in his 3rd term of office, and Raja has achieved a lot and serves on several committees in Congress, including the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and the Select Committee on the Coronavirus and the Committee on Oversight and Reform. He also serves as chairman of the Oversight Committee's Subcommittee on Economic and Consumer Policy and as the co-chair of Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus Immigration Task Force. And these are really some great achievements. And with this, Raja, I know you are really tight on time, so I'd like you to say a few words to all the aspirational candidates. Welcome, Raja.
Hey, good afternoon. Can you hear me, Dinkar and Krishna?
Yes, we do, Raja.
Thank you so much.
Okay, terrific. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for joining, and thank you to the ICO for putting on this wonderful event. Thank you to Krishna for that lovely introduction of ICO, and I have participated in several of the past parades, and look forward to the next one when it can be done in person. And congratulations on all of your success. And thank you, Dinkar, for those lovely words, and thank you for your longtime friendship. And I see many friends on this Zoom call, and I can't wait to be together in person again, although it's lovely to be with you virtually. Well, look, I am one of the 4 Indian Americans in the US Congress. I affectionately call us the Samosa Caucus. And I have been saying for years, we need more samosas, we need more pakoras, we need more idlis, we need more dosas at all levels of government right now, more than ever. And you know why. You know in your heart why that is the case. And that is because Indian Americans, Indian origin people, Desis, bring a lot of qualities that are essential at this time. For one thing, we are practical, solution-oriented people. We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. And coming from a country with 1 billion people, you've got to walk the walk. And that's what we and our families and our parents all did. And that's why we are here. And that's why we have to bring those solution-oriented mindsets to the table and get government working for everyone. The second quality that we bring is that we believe in love and tolerance and diversity and inclusiveness and non-discrimination toward all people. Indeed, as many of you is the case, I happen to be from a racial, religious, and ethnic minority, and I'm an immigrant, and I've got 29 letters in my name. And so it's in all of our best interests to embrace everyone and to love everyone and to make sure that everyone has a chance at the American dream. The third quality that I would respectfully submit that we bring to the table is that we bring incredible hope. And in one generation, many of us on this Zoom call and otherwise have seen our families back in India get their first color television, get their first refrigerator, get their first home, get their first university and college graduates. And now we are in a position where we've seen it all. From humble roots, we've now risen to a place where Indian Americans are the most prosperous, the best educated, and the fastest growing ethnic minority in the country. In the whole country. Can you believe that? Even faster than my good friends who are Latinx. And so this is a big moment for us. This is an inflection point for our community, which is, are we going to use our education and our prosperity and all the blessings that we have earned and been granted for the betterment of our common man, or are we not? And I think the answer is we are going to do the former, and you are the testament to that. When I ran and won in 2016 for the first time, in the following year, 44 people of South Asian origin ran in some type of elective race in the Chicagoland area. And commentators called that the Raja effect. And the way that I interpreted it was very simple, which is, if that guy can win, then I should be able to win too. And that's why so many people ran. And I was so heartened to see that. And I'm so heartened to see so many people give it a shot. At the end of the day, I like to say, it's not necessarily whether you win, but why you ran. It's not whether you win, it's why you ran. And if you take the silver medal, that's okay. But you can also win the gold. And I'm testament to that. You know, today I should note that Loyola Chicago beat the University of Illinois in a huge upset just minutes ago. And in my family, Priya, my wife, went to school at Loyola. And that she said there were two lessons to learn from that particular upset just 15 minutes ago. One, you can't lose if God is on your side. And of course, Loyola Ramblers are Jesuit Christians, so she was making a good joke there. But the second point is, if you have heart and if you have the right motivations for why you're running, and you're doing it to do good as opposed to be somebody, then you have every chance of success. And so with that, I'll just close by saying, I wish you the very best in the upcoming elections. I hope for your success, and thank you for running, and thank you for your public service, and thank you to ICO for having this forum to bring people who are like-minded of Indian origin together in a common endeavor. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raja. Thank you for your lovely words and inspirational words, I will say. And it's just not, I mean, a lot of people have taken inspiration from you, and they are stepping in. This is the high time that we all get in. And just on this call, we have around 25 candidates. So that shows that how many people are really jumping in and working through this. So thank you. I know it's short on time, but you are welcome to stay as long. But if you need to leave, you can do any time as well.
Thank you, Raja. Bye.
Okay, with that, I will call upon Vandana ji. She is the moderator and host of this event. She is someone, Vandana ji, if you can unmute yourself. Vandana Jhingan, all of you know her. She's someone, again, an inspiration for a lot of people to run and do public service and public work. So Vandana ji, why don't you say a few words before we start and talk about the forum itself?
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, thank you, each and every one of you. This is not easy to run for an office. History says, like when the first immigrants came here, the first generation, they had the lawyers, doctors, or engineers. But now it is a time that you have to be like, do public service also. Enough is enough. And if you not, then who? If not now, then when? And ICO started this trend. We have conducted a lot of forums along with Krishna. Krishna, I really applaud you. There have been organizations which claim themselves 40 years, 50 years, but it is not about, you said we are very young. What you have accomplished over a period of time. So I feel honored to be on your advisory board, because it has to be about the people and on all the aspects. As we just got Raja, the Raja is a very new history too, to be honest. Like Raja came to the public life, his total length is not even 10 years. And we know how it started. And it's going his third term. So you all can do it. I wish you all the best. Good luck. It is not about the victory, or somebody wins, somebody loses. But you have taken that. If not today, then tomorrow. All the best. Good luck to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Vandana. And I'll just like to share a quick thing. How did ICO come in play existence? And this was when, for the first time, I decided to run in 2012 timeframe, and ran a very good campaign, everything. And then when I saw that, I noticed that our people don't come out and get involved. At that time, some of us got together and really looked at what do we do to increase the civic engagement, which is so much necessary. And I will just tell you a very inspirational story. That is how I got motivated, inspired to work in this area. And then we'll get right into the forum. It's a very quick story. When I was running for the first time, I made it a point to meet a public person, a leader in the community every day. And one of those days I met an elderly lady in Naperville, and I sat down across with her for coffee. And after listening to me, she said, "Krishna, let me ask you something." She said, "You guys," and she meant Indian Americans, you are educated, you are smart, you have seen the world, you know more than a lot of other people. Why don't you come forward and join and take us to the, I mean, her exact words were, what do we do wrong so that you guys don't come forward and take us to the next level? And I tiptoed around, said, no, we are busy and this, I mean, people are busy and all that. And then I thought, you know what? We have no excuse. We need to get involved. The system here in United States, as you all must have seen by now and you're inspired, is run by local people. They give time and they do it. So I'm glad, I'm very thankful in last just a few years, how many people have stepped up. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. And as Raja said, winning and losing is one thing. I have lost elections, but I have learned every time and move forward. It is about service. We need to continue our service, our motive. And I wish every one of you will win, but even if not, continue this journey. This is very fruitful. It hurts when you lose, but it is very fruitful. But either way, let's hear from you. The idea of bringing this forum together is, first of all, to showcase all of you, to hear from all of you. And what we are going to do is, irrespective of how many people are joining today, live on Facebook and on Zoom and other channels, this is going to be recorded and sent out at multiple places. We are going to publicize. So we'd like to hear from you, each of you, why you're running, your stories, and then also if you can interact with each other and get help. And as well as we can offer help in any, if we can offer help in any ways from guidance perspective or connecting you, we will all be happy to. So with that, let's start. What the first thing we will do is we will start with a 2-minute introduction. And I'm just going to start with let me see if one of our other elected persons who has been there in our community for a long time, Nimish Jani, he was to join. I don't know if Nimish Bhai has joined. Do we see Nimish Bhai? No, I don't see him, I guess. So he's not able to join till now.
He said that he will be coming from Springfield, that he'll
Okay.
stop in between and he will join. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the order of the offices you're running, alphabetic. I'm not really trying to. So I'm going to start with Alderman Ward 10 of Aurora. That is right here. And interestingly, this is one race, very interesting. We have 2 candidates running for this race, and both of them are from Indian origin, and we like to hear from both of them. So in the order of alphabet, I'll start with Arun Nair. Arun Nair, you are there?
Oh, sorry, it's Arjun.
Yeah, Arun, if you can introduce yourself, take 2 minutes, introduce yourself, and then we can go from there.
All right, thank you. So I wanted to thank, of course, Indian Community Outreach for throwing this thing, and thank Congressman Krishnamoorthy for showing up, even though he left, and also disagree with him on Illinois' loss because that ruined my March Madness bracket. But a little bit about myself, that I'm lived in Aurora for almost 10 years now, and I'm running. I've talked a lot about me being young, about bringing youth representation to Aurora City Council, but I also want to ensure that the Indian community is represented in Aurora. We're, as has been said, we're one of the fastest growing immigrant communities in the country, and I have seen a massive increase in Indian population in Aurora itself. And while I feel that the city has taken some strides, and including us, like the creations of the advisory boards, I feel like there is quite more that we can continue to do. One thing I feel we can do is more cultural events. We've had some, but I want to see more events held by the city for our culture, but also events from all parts of India. The city does Diwali, but I'd like us to see us do Holi, maybe do Onam, maybe Pongal. Events from all parts of the city, all parts of India. I also want to help the city build more initiatives for Indian business owners. Aurora has initiatives for some Black business owners, helps initiatives for Hispanic business owners. I would like to see Aurora expand its things for Indian business owners. Additionally, I would like to see some expanded senior services, especially for visiting parents. There are always services in cities for seniors who live in the city, but as Aurora's Indian population grows, we also see a continued increase for our visiting relatives who come here from India. And I would like to see them help get them their services too, help connect them to healthcare opportunities, especially if our relatives, don't have a best grasp of the English language. I would also like to see have them get services to help them if they don't perhaps speak the best English. Additionally, for our community, I would like to see, increase for job training in the city for digital jobs. Help our community is, of course, generally some of the more affluent, but not all of us are. And I would like to see some of our less affluent members of the community also make sure that they are getting the assistance that they need as well. And of course, as I said, Aurora has support for English as a second language for Spanish speakers, but I would like to see that support for speakers of our languages as well. To make, as I said, we're one of the fastest growing immigrant communities, and I would like to see those services connected to us as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arjun. Vannaji, do you have any question for Arjun before we move to the next candidate? Vannaji, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Arjun. As you mentioned, that youth has to play a key role. First generation, second, third, now we are entering into the fourth. We are very proud that Indian Americans are running. So you, as maybe born here, I'm not sure about that, or came from India, I'm not sure about that. The roots are from Indian origin. So what, if you being elected, what are you going to do for the Indian American community? You will be belonging to all, but what will be so special? Because we do help candidates to run, but after that, when they come, so there is always a complaint that we cannot get what we want from them. Your answer, please. 60 to 90 seconds you have.
All right, thank you. And to mention, as you said, I am American born, but my parents came here from Kerala, but I'm born here. But as I said, I want to have meetings with the Indian community. As I mentioned, that Aurora does have that Indian advisory board. I'd like to have meetings with them, but also have meetings in my community directly. Have, of course, keeping them COVID safe. They might have to be on Zoom for the time being. Invite the Indian community to come speak to me. Of course, primarily my focus would be doing it within the 10th ward, but I'd also want to hear from Indian Americans outside the 10th ward too, to see what would you like to see the city council do for you. And I think that applies, helping both immigrants and, of course, my generation too, the kids who are born here. And again, I'd want to have more cultural events too to help. I have always loved trying to stay connected to my culture, but sometimes I know many kids my age don't always like to stay connected to our roots. So I'd like to have more, granted, again, COVID safe, see us throw more events to help more of my generation stay connected to our roots.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun. Let's move to the next candidate. And that's, as I said, very interesting scenario. We don't see much like that happen. I think this is the very first one I'm seeing after a long time, where we have two candidates, and the second candidate running for same Aurora Ward 10 as alderman, Shweta Bade. Shweta, would like to hear from you, your introduction, and then Vannaji can ask questions.
Thank you very much for organizing this. This feels so close by. We are on Zoom, but it feels like we are very close by. I'm Shweta Bade, and I'm running for alderman for 10th Ward. Just a little bit of my background. I've been a math and computer science educator at New Jersey City University. And then I started working as an IT consultant, and I worked for many years for BMO, Harris Bank, and Chase Bank, and several other institutions. I'm a small business owner. I'm an artist. I'm also an art teacher. This is my background. And along with this, I've actively been involved in the community, and I've been a volunteer at schools or any community events. Wherever there was a possibility, I wanted to be there. Food pantries, or making packages, or collecting food for people or libraries. I've always been interested in that, and that's what I've been doing. I'm part of Indian American Outreach Board of Aurora, and it's been 6 years. It's been here, and I've actively volunteered in that board for all the Diwali events, whether it is suicide prevention event, like forum or meetings. I've gone for youth development, youth mental health events. These were the things which were very close to my heart. And these things actually matter to everyone. So I wanted to have a close touch and feel so I can keep improving in my life and I can see that my community is improving at every level possible. So with this, I've always promoted STEM education. So science, technology, engineering, and math. And now it's become STEAM, which is again closer to my heart because I'm an artist. So STEAM promoter, because all these things impact us on our day-to-day lives, and our kids who are growing here, they are going to be our future residents and senior, like community leaders. We need to make sure they're well groomed, well trained in all the fields. For Indian community, I feel what I want to do is I want to be the bridge between American as well as Indian community. And I've always been doing that. So it's not going to be a new thing. That's part of my passion. And working for the community, serving the community, and listening to people. That's what I want to do, irrespective of whichever community they belong to. They are my neighbors, that's my community, and I want it to be very strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. And Vandnaji?
She has already answered the question. Actually, I wanted to ask, other than Rangolis, what she wants to do for the Indian community. So she has answered that. Thank you so much.
I can still take
so.
1 second and just few more seconds, and I just wanted to mention, besides Rangolis, I've always been involved with the schools, and not just for Diwali, for Holi, or for all the festivals that we have in India. I've always reached out to school and given an introduction, included that part in art awareness as an art awareness. And sometimes we went out and took neighbors' kids and made chalk rangolis outside the schools. So it's been there. It's been there. So yeah.
Thank you so very much. We really appreciate that because you are showing the culture of India, and that's what brings all us together. Krishna ji, I would like to ask, because Nimish ji has joined by phone, so he has just messaged me.
Right. Yeah. Before I go, I just want to conclude with Shweta just for a second, if you don't mind. Shweta mentioned about the Aurora Diwali. That's something very close, and I have seen you, Shweta, working when we started Diwali. How many years back? I think so. 2013 was the first year we started Diwali. We went. I mean, it's a lot of emotions behind that, and a great event and great work. So thank you. And yeah, Bandnaji, as you said, Nimish, Nimish Bhai, he just messaged me too. He's someone again like Raja who has been an elected person and inspiration for a lot of us to run. And he has been very actively involved with the community, very actively involved with the civic process. So we would like to hear from him. First of all, he's rerunning for his own Schaumburg Township race. But other than that as well, a little more from that, we will like to hear from him about what other candidates should be looking to do. And just in a brief way, Nimish Bhai, if you can talk. Are you muted by any chance?
He said he joined by the phone.
Right, yeah, but oh, you know what? He probably is not in here. Let me promote him
because he's been driving from Springfield,
he must be
so he
the
said
panel.
that.
So let me try to see if I can see him. Is he the person allowed to talk? Nimish Bhai, is that you now? Can you unmute yourself? How do you? I think it's *6 or something to unmute. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, hi everybody. Okay, first of all, thank you very much, Krishna and Tim, for arranging this. Can you hear me? I know I'm my sincere apology. I'm in middle of my campaign, so this lot is going on.
Yeah, we can hear
So,
you. Please
no,
go ahead.
okay. Oh, no, thank you very much. And, I'm also part of IOC. So if I say so much about IOC, so that means, I'm Atmashlaga, it's kind of things. I'm bragging about my organization, but, those organization has been doing super, job. So there's nothing wrong to, say a few things about this organization. Like, just Krishna said that, I have jumped in this election about 9 years ago. And then, me, Krishna, and many other friends, we have helped to nurture and bring and so many candidates. That's our constant task we have been doing. And it's so heartwarming that many Indians have engaged this time. And we want to see that growth almost at the point where, almost every single board or every single race where we have our Indian dominance or population, high demography, we want to see everybody involved. I don't have much to say, but if anything I can do for any candidate, please, let me know. I mean, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Krishna, you can reach out to Vannaji. We have lots of experience. Our involvement with my own campaign. Krishna has so much experience with his own campaign. So whatever we can do to guide you, to nurture you, there are so many small things. Sometimes in an election, what is more important is what not to say rather than what to say. So there are so many small things that can help you or that can hurt you. So just let me know. Anybody has any questions? I mean, I don't have to say that what I have done for community or what I'm going to do for community. It's an ongoing task. But if you have any questions, or Vanna, do you have any questions for me?
As you said, I don't have to. We can tell Nimishji has been always a face and keeping a very low profile, but educating all and encouraging all that we should run for an office, no matter what position. And that's what, like school board, library board, like city, county, council, whatever. So Nimishji, thank you. I know that you've been driving. So if you want to get away, you can. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate. Wish you all the best and good luck. And I'll see you later sometime.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you
Nimish.
very much.
Thank you,
All
Nimish.
right.
I
Good
know,
luck.
just a quick
Thank you, Krishna.
extension on what you said. We have seen you working. We have seen you being there where whoever needs any help. So thank you so much. And after the meeting, I will, talk about with the candidates on how, if they need any help, they can reach out to you and myself and we can work with that. So thank you again for what all you do for the community and all the best for your own race.
My pleasure. Bye.
Thank you. All right, with that, let's move on to, I know we are going a little slow, but I will cover everyone. The next candidate we'll move to is this is an order of like the way it's written on my sheet from the alphabetic order. Clerk for Main Township, Smitesh Shah. Smitesh?
Yes, I am here.
Yeah, can you unmute? Yes, we can.
Yes. Namaste to everyone, first of all. Thank you very much, Mr. Krishna Banchal, for having this organized. I will briefly introduce myself as my name is Smitesh Shah, born at bottom in Bombay, and having a master's education and NCC thorough rough training. So no wonder to say that I have a patriotism feeling totally stuff in myself. Since childhood, we've been taking care of our elderly person, and I've been doing a lot of community services. So I'm driven by that feeling that yes, this is a part of our life that we have to look forward. We have to take care of our seniors and people around us. I came in this country 10 years back with my family, and I got a job with Mrs. Kumar in UMAFS. Since then, I'm working with her only. And this also added some more inspiration in me, because I'm dealing with seniors and I'm seeing their conditions. I'm seeing their, although we are doing government and everyone trying to do best, but still I find there's a lot of space in this area to make them aware, bring them more and more benefits, make their life more easier. So I'm thankful to Mr. Bansal, and especially not to forget that Vanna Jingamji, that she was there in Mrs. Kumar's office last week and she invited me to join this meeting. Ms. Chakka also was there, but I couldn't meet her personally one-on-one. So this is all about, I got a chance in many township because I've been doing here and there small services to the community. When Hanuman Temple came up here, I was there as a volunteer for 7 days. When Sapan Shah was running his election, I was trying to be a very active volunteer. These services might have been noted by someone, and I got a chance. Basically, I'm a non-political person, straight, and from a metro city. I love everyone and has a lot of feeling for everyone. So I got a chance and I got an inspiration and I got a potential also. So people gave me a chance. I'm thankful to that. And I'm also thankful to you, everyone, that you are also trying to promote us, support us, guide us in this respect. So this is all about me. Now,
yeah, thank you. Let me ask Vanna if you have any questions for you.
I know that. What is, I haven't completed. Please give me, I haven't completed my 2 minutes. Sorry, Mr. Bansal.
Yeah, we need to quickly move on. So please go ahead. Yeah.
I have finished 2 minutes, so I know it. I have to finish fast. Okay, so if I'm getting elected, what will I do? Even if I'm not getting elected, I will keep working. I'll keep serving for the seniors and the people around this, not only in many townships, wherever I get a chance. If I'm elected here, I'm going to bring down all possible information that government has to the public in general, make them aware, pull them to the township. My township is totally unincorporated. There's a lot of development is needed there. And the taxes are very high. So we'll work together to bring the taxes down. So this is all about it. Thank you. I've taken my time.
No, thank you. Then I was asking the same thing. Vannaji would have asked the same question, so that's okay. So Vannaji, from your side.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want, in less than 15 seconds, if you can tell the main township, what is the area? People may not be aware of it.
Total area and population, even I'm not aware of. I'm totally not. I'm just walking house to house, and now also I'm outside doing my campaign.
What are the suburbs? You can just name some few suburbs. Des Plaines, I know that you mentioned.
Des Plaines, okay, fine. What are the area covers? Des Plaines, Glenview, Morton Grove, Niles, Park Ridge, and Rosemont. These are the 6 areas partially covered in Maine Township.
Thank you.
Now.
Okay, and
thank you. All the best. Good luck.
From your township, you also have JD Jitendra.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that JD is with us. Today is busy now, so he just asked me to thank on his behalf also. Thank you, Mr. Bansal.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Smitesh ji.
I'm sure I got to go.
All the best.
Bye. Thanks, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you. So next in the list, I'm going to move to District 102 School Board candidate Deepa Ajmeri. Deepa, are you there on the call? I need to scroll and see. She's able to join. I don't see her. If you are, let me just see if some people are in the attendees. If no, I don't see her there as well. So I'll move to the next one now. I mean, this is a strong race here, right in our backyard in Naperville. That District 204 school board candidates, and I have 4 of the candidates running from our community right here on this call. So we'd like to hear from each of them. I'm going to start with the first one, again in the alphabetic order, Kader Sakaria. Kader, if you can unmute, and we'd like to hear from you, your introduction, and then Vandanaji will ask questions.
Thank you, Krishna, and thank you, Vandana ji, for kind of organizing this, and thanks to the entire ICO team for organizing as well. Hey, my name is Kader Sakaria. I'm running for the school board for IPST 204. I've lived in Naperville for about 24 years and a proud father of 3 children. My eldest graduated from the district and is in a pre-med program, and my younger daughter is currently in high school student. And my son attends an alternative program that's can fully accommodate his special needs. Like every parent, right? Like every one of us here, right? Like I've been a constant advocate for my children's education, and that's the chief reason I'm actually running for the school board. My other motivation actually comes from a professional background. I'm a chief technology officer at a company in higher education. In that position, I'm able to kind of see and observe how the higher education is actually changing in the United States, and they are developing significantly focused on micro learning. And I want to make sure that we are in a position to prepare every student to achieve the success after graduation, however they define it, right? So which means we need to incorporate these new higher education pathways into our K through 12 curriculum. So in order to do so, we must address the systemic inequities that's actually present in our district. So I'm running for the school board because it has a unique ability in the right hands to address these issues in a very transparent and an effective manner. So that means that board not only needs to ensure that every student has the resources they need, but also that every teacher is supported and that every constituent is actually included in the decision-making process. So among a field of great candidates who are here and who are running for my school board, I stand out because of my unique technical abilities and the background that I actually bring in and my commitment towards a very detailed plan across a broad range of issues, not single issues. So I ask that when you're looking for a candidate to support, look for someone who's very clear about their values and priorities like I am. Once again, I'm number 9 in the ballot. I would be honored to kind of earn your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Kadir bhai. Vandana ji?
Yeah, I just have one question, and that will be going to all the people. Phil, I'll not be asking again. So you can, after your introduction, you can answer the same. As we know, we live in ChicagoLand area. A lot of people want to move to Naperville area because of the school districts are very good, like, you know, for education of their schools and stuff like that. And education is very important for Indian origin people. We see that what I was not, I want in my kids to be. So what are you going to do to make sure that the standards are kept high and expenses are low?
That's a great question, Vandanaji, right? Like a lot of us actually who are in Naperville, we moved for that reason, right? If you look at the population of students that's there, more than 45% of the population is actually Asian, right? Like, and that is a significant amount of number that actually brings in. So like as I mentioned before, right? Like me being on the higher education space, what I want to focus on is kind of creating what I would call an adaptive learning, which is culturally sensitive. So for all kind of races that we are able to kind of give the right, and we see everybody as well. And on top of it, we actually find the right curriculum that actually fits every student's need too. So that is going to be my biggest focus as part of me running in the board and being part of the board as well.
So Vandana, other question would like to ask is now school board has, you rightly mentioned, 45% Asian population, but roughly 25% Indian origin population in the 28,000 strong school district, which is huge, which is probably one of the largest in the country from just the sheer numbers perspective. So of course, when you get elected, when you get elected, I mean, there are issues our community members, our students face on day to day. What would you do if approached by our community? Proactively, what would you do? And what would you do if you're approached to help our own community? Because that's something we would like to know more. Because I mean, as we help our candidates, as Vandana said in the beginning, we have some expectations, and we have seen a lot of people when they get elected, they turn away. The way we all can become strong is that we all can help our own people. I mean, our needs are a little unique sometimes. We come from, a lot of people are first generation. They don't understand the system, so they get lost. So can you give your perspective on that, please?
So that's a very great question, Krishna, right? Because one of the things, like me being a first generation American coming in and kind of like I struggled through, even though I had the education to look at it, but it was a little bit of a struggle trying to understand how do I actually navigate my kids through this system. First of all, part of my platform, and I'm actually a very strong believer over this, is kind of creating and expanding public forums, right? There was this great initiative called Engage 204 that was done, which was done for not only the Indian community, but it actually was done at large. What I would like to do is to kind of set something like that up for our community as well, so that we can actually have inputs from the parents and the constituents that comes in. Second part of it is also what I actually want to do is, and I'm a strong supporter of this, is to set up a democratically elected student advisory council where we want a diverse set of students be able to represent in there, so that way we can actually get their views in any of the decision-making process as well, right? So expanding the public forum, reaching out to our community, kind of having the dialogue as one side of it, but also getting the student involvement is the second piece that I'm going to be driving most of my decision-making process as well. And not only that, like, Illinois State has actually, sent this culturally responsive training for our teachers. So that's another way to also have a set level of input given to the teachers to understand some of the challenges that our community has been facing as well, Krishna. And I would love to kind of like have all of that combined, so that way we can get our community kind of get educated and understand how the process works. One of the things that I'm also running in for is to kind of simplify the complexity of the higher education, because a lot of times people don't understand what's available to them, what's not available to them as well, right? That's one thing that I want to drive a lot of education around that, right? Because once you actually simplify, even in a part of things that I want to do is, I want to have a clear and a much more easily readable financial statement, because a lot of our people don't understand some of that statement, where the money is going, what they're using it for, and what is the benefit that gives it. So that's what part of it is going to be, is kind of educating that significantly. And I'm going to continue, I'm going to kind of reach out to community like ICOs to kind of help drive the dialogue, so that we can be heard together.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for a detailed explanation. Just quickly, I'd like to hear from everyone, what part of India you originated from, so that and we'd like to hear from everyone and going forward.
Sure, I'm actually from Madras, the original state, but now it's called Chennai. So okay. I'm from I always keep saying I'm from the second longest beach in the world that we have, okay. Right? I'm very proud of. And I'm also proud of, we have 4 seasons. Hot, harder, even more harder, and don't even ask me how hard it is today, right?
Thank
so
you. I know I need to catch up with others, but we'll
no, thank you, Krishna. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Father. And you guys all hang on. We'll have more Q&A later. But I want to get through everyone first, and then we'll go through all that. Okay. With that second 204 school district candidate in the list, Rajesh Narayan. Rajesh.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Rajesh Narayan. I'm running for School Board 204, and I'm 10th on the ballot. I've lived in Naperville since 2007, 13 years. I have a daughter, Ria. She goes to the middle school. And, there are a few things that I'm running for. One of them is, as Krishna just mentioned, we are a large part of the school district right now as population, and we would like to get Indian languages introduced in the school system. Imagine 25% of the student population are Indians. It's time we had teaching of Indian languages in the school, and that's important for many reasons, and 2 of them. One is, we want our kids to be culturally connected to our mother country. And language is a big tool in keeping that cultural connection alive, especially for the next generation. Second, India is growing phenomenally. In terms of economic development, India is probably 10 years behind China. So imagine where India would be in 2030. We all came to America to find economic opportunities because we didn't have them back in India. East or West, home is best. Why did we leave our country for economic opportunities? The chances are our kids, the next generation, will find their fortune in India. Yeah, and that's why it's also important that they know our mother tongue, Indian languages. Imagine our kids with American professionalism, and if they can speak in local languages to connect back in India, imagine the kind of future they'll have back there in a country which will be probably growing the fastest for the next few decades. So that's why we want to introduce Indian languages in the school system and also get college credit for it. That's my one stance. The other one is I'm working fiscal discipline, and I've talked about it so much, and I know a lot of audience here have already heard me a few times. So I'll be very brief on that. The school has an annual budget of $280 million. We have $27 million of bonds which are maturing in the next few years. The current board doesn't want to talk about it. They want to keep it hush hush. And you know, it's a great school. We want to keep the quality of education, and those things are already funded. So anything extra money that comes in, let's give it back to the citizens as property tax cut. 80% of property taxes goes to you know, the school funding. And you know, if you look at this, the school board record for the last few years, every decision of the board has been unanimous, 7-7 vote for everything. And that tells me that the current board is very pliant, because you know, we have, when two people discuss some things, there are always some disagreements. Why do we have 7-7 vote on every issue for the last few years? We have a very pliant board, and that means the current pliant board does not represent the people of 204. You know, we need people who listen to us. We need people who understand the issues we are facing, and that's why it's important that we vote for new people who will stand up for the citizens of Naperville and not the existing board members. So, so Vandanaji, one of your question was that a lot of people, you know, they vote, they get our support in the name of being Indian because they look Indian, but are they mentally Indian? And here's the thing, and we have been, as a community, we have been deceived, we have been conned in the past by people who came and asked for our votes, but as soon as they were elected, they turned their back on us. We don't want to create that mistake again. Just yesterday, an incident happened. There was a non-partisan event organized by women's entrepreneurs. Two of the candidates did not turn up.
Rajesh, let's not get into any of the other people. Let's just keep it about yourself right now, and we are in short.
But that's how we get deceived by people who we think are our own, but they're not.
So
we need to be aware of that.
Let's talk about what you will do as you are going to do, rather than who is doing what they're not. So we like
discipline, Indian languages.
Rajesh ji,
yes.
Let's hear from you. Which part of India you are from? Number one. And number two, as you said, let's not pick fingers on others, what we can do. And people are getting aware now. They are not fooled. They were naive. They were not fooled. So let's make it. Okay. Yeah, all the best and good luck. Answer that.
Yeah. So Vandanaji, I come from a very small town with a lower middle class family. I grew up in a small town, 50,000 people. I grew up with no phone, no television, nothing, you know. And here I am in 2021 running for elections, which is what an amazing journey. I don't want to call it.
Which town? Where are you from? I know.
Hazaribagh. When I left India, it was Bihar. Right now it's Jharkhand. It's 80 kilometers south of Ranchi.
That's
you know.
Just want to know region. Where are you from? Just so that people can connect.
Yeah. So I'm a Bihari, I'm a Jharkhandi, you know.
Okay.
And
anything else? You have any question for Rajesh?
I owe you a call. I'm going to give you a call. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Vandaji.
All right, thank you, Rajesh. Good luck. And with that, and we'll come back with more. We'll talk more a little bit. Let me just go through everyone because we have a few more candidates here. So we'll just go through the list and then come back to you. Okay, the next from School Board 204, and again, just so that people know, there are 11 candidates who are running for School Board 204, and there are 4 seats that are they're running for. So next in line is Sapna Jain. Sapna, if you're on the call, can you please unmute?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sapna Jain, and I am running proudly for District 204 School Board. I'm running because I believe in the African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. I am an Indian American born and raised in Illinois. I am a product of public education. I came from a family of educators. My father was a professor at Illinois University, and my mother was a preschool teacher. If there's anything I understand and that runs through my veins, it's the value of education. And that's why I'm running. I'm not running for any other office. I'm running for this office because education is what I know, and it is part of my profession, and it is a place where I believe I can add value. I have a law degree from DePaul University, a master's degree in communication from Illinois State University, and a bachelor's in political science and communication from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. As a parent, as an educator, and as an advocate, I believe I have the unique skill set that is necessary to be an effective board member. If you look at my 3 critical roles in life, you will find education to be the common thread. I'm a parent of 2 boys. I'm a professor in the communication department at North Central College, and I'm the founder and artistic director of a nonprofit dance organization called Aveg, which means passion, that brings light social issues that I come across. So I try to express myself artistically. I graduated early from high school and college, 1 semester early, to go and study music and dance in India. If there's anything that I understand, it is the experience of our children in this community, because I was born and raised here, and I know what it feels like to be a minority in the classroom. I also know firsthand the power of being involved in a diverse community. And I think we, as parents, need to do better in being less divisive and more integrative in the way that we act with other communities. And as a board member, if elected and given the honor, I would be focusing on 3 things. Number 1, equity in education. That is so important. When I talk about equity, although I am very proud of my culture and heritage, it also includes the experiences of my neighbors, African Americans, Latin people, people with different religions, people with different practices. That's what diversity and equity is all about. That's what I implement in my own classrooms. And that is the beauty of District 204, and that they do the same. Number 2, developing social emotional competencies. Our students, our children are struggling with so many stressors in life today. Juggling schoolwork, working jobs, handling global issues. How do they manage that? They need a toolbox with the tools needed to navigate that. And number 3, how do we maintain academic excellence during a pandemic? That is something we need to continually assess. What is the extent of learning loss happening right now? And what are we going to do to make sure that none of our children, not just Indian children, but none of our children are left behind? That is my commitment. That is my promise. And that is why I'm running for the school board. Thank you. Number 8 on the ballot.
Okay. Thank you, Sapna. Vannaji?
Yeah, Sapna, you just mentioned born here, raised here, parents Indian origin. Roots are there, no matter. They always say you cannot take the cord. And so let's hear from you, because it's very challenging when we talk about education. Means for the parents also, when they're going high school, like we just had recently, somebody migrated. I don't have kids, but I talk to other parents. They say, oh, make sure, because how the schools are being, I mean, the other friends have been influenced, like, you know, there are different kind of things happening in the schools, drugs and all. We have very crazy environment. So to clean it up, to take means very strong initiative, because the culture does play a very important role. So let's hear from you. What is going to be your stand in that?
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of our decisions as parents is kind of sometimes driven by fear, because we don't know what those experiences are like. But trust me, these kids are a lot smarter than we give them credit. This generation knows their stuff. They are navigating challenging scenarios on a daily basis, even though we're not there to guide them. You know what makes them make the right decisions? Good values. Values of respect and love, and to stay away from things that are dangerous, that inside voice, that's given to you by your loved ones and your village, your neighbors, your teachers, your principals. All of these people play a part in that voice that you hear in your head. And students make the right decision when they're guided and they have that support. So, you know, my message to a lot of Indian parents trying to navigate the American system is, you know, get out of your comfort zone. Go meet your neighbors that look differently than you, that practice things that are different than you. Invite them over, have some chai with them. Give some pakoras and samosas, as Raja Krishnamoorthy stated, and let's have a conversation. And you know what you'll find is that we share a lot more in common than we have differences. And that has been my experience. And that's why I love this country. And that is why I love our community. And that is why I'm running for this office.
So Sapna, one quick thing, I'll ask the same question we have been asking everyone else too. I mean, it's two questions actually. So what part of India you belong, your roots, where you belong from? And second is, and you don't have to give the specific city or anything, just the region, just so that people can familiarize a little bit. And second is, if elected, I know you talked about very broadly that you will work for everyone, and that's expected as an elected person to work for everyone. But when Indian American community they look for someone of, if someone gets elected of their own, they look for, with an understanding that they understand more about their problems, their issues, and they can help. So how would you help the Indian American community, especially in a school district, which is pretty largely, I mean, so it has almost 25% of Indian American student population?
Yeah, so a couple of things. My parents come originally, my ancestors come from Rajasthan,
okay.
Right? But we settled in Maharashtra. So all my relatives live in different cities of Maharashtra. I visit India often. Like I said, I studied there. All of my relatives, my entire family lives there, but my immediate family, my husband's family live there. So I'm very connected. Much of my research, much of my work, much of the way I artistically express myself is due to my culture and my heritage. That guides me. It doesn't define me, but it guides me. It is a part of me. It comes wherever I go. Now, with regard to the Indian community and any issues they may have, I am there to listen to them as I am to anybody else. And I will also say that I will listen to those issues, and I will probably find that what their experience is probably very similar to other minority groups and marginalized groups in our community. We share so much more in common than we do different. And I think we do a disservice to ourselves if we tend to just look within the lens of our ethnicity. Ethnicity plays a big part, but it doesn't define us completely. We're so much more complex than that. At the core, we are all humans. And that is the spirit that I'm bringing. That is my lens, that is my experience, that is my love for this country and my love for my profession. And I can't do that in the classroom. So I'm looking beyond that, but I'm there to listen. I'm there to listen to your issues and your concerns.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sapna. And with that, let's move on to the next candidate from School District 204, Sabah Heather. Sabah, are you there? If you're there on the call, please unmute and.
Thank you. Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Sabah Heather. I'm running for School Board District 204 to help all students learn, lead, and thrive. Thank you, ICO, for this opportunity to be able to share about my campaign and my platform. I'm glad to be on this panel with all the candidates running. I applaud you. I know how much work it is to be able to run a race. So you are all winners in my eyes. Congratulations on throwing your hat in the race. I'm a wife and a mother to two beautiful and kind middle and elementary school kids. I have a master's degree in wildlife science, and I have worked at various national parks and forest reserves to protect the endangered species and our precious environment. After having kids, I started my business and immersed myself in community service. Now I train people to become wellness teachers. I have been doing that for over a decade, and I see on the screen some of you have been my students. Some of you I've even trained to become teachers. I'm really happy to see you here. I provide consulting services to various corporate organizations as well. I also teach students of all ages the skills and tools to manage and improve their physical, emotional, and mental well-being. My mother, she's my mentor, and she runs a school for underprivileged kids in India. And working with her has given me the insight to inner workings of a school and how they are run. If elected, I will be an advocate for social, emotional, and mental health of our children, because that's something that I've been doing in my professional life for over a decade. And I have seen in the last few months that there is a tsunami of challenges coming our way when it comes to mental and social and emotional challenges, especially with kids. So it's really dear to my heart, and I want to be able to be an advocate when elected as a school board for our students. Second thing is diversity, equity, and inclusion, to be able to allow all our students to feel welcome, safe, and included. Third, foster strong community collaboration and communication. My work in community service has given me the opportunity to teach and train kids and adults, from kindergartners to nonagenarians, and I've worked with different groups of people from diverse backgrounds, socially, culturally, and economically. This experience of over a decade has given me the skills to be a patient listener, a collaborative leader, a creative thinker, and a problem solver, all the skills that are needed to be an efficient school board member and to represent the community. In these times of strong opinions, I want to focus on the future. I want us to focus on reason and empathy, because if we want to effect change, if we want to change our community, we have to focus and invest on in the future, and our children are our future. So we have to really make sure that we are focusing. There is a Native American proverb that says that we do not inherit this earth, this land from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. So we have to make sure that we give back the land to our children in a better place than we received it. Let us look towards the future and recommit to our students. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Sabah Heather. And I look forward to receiving your vote. I'm number 6 on the ballot. Election is April 6th. I'm number 6 on the ballot, so it's very easy to remember. Early voting starts tomorrow, so you can go out and start voting tomorrow too. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to your questions.
Yeah, Bannaji?
Yeah, Sabah, I know you are from Faridabad, India.
I am from Ghaziabad, India.
Ghaziabad,
But
okay,
close.
Sambad.
It's close, yeah. Lots of bads,
Yes.
so you get confusing.
Yeah. We shared a forum together.
Yes.
As you are a yoga teacher too, I recall, isn't it?
Yes, I'm a yoga and meditation teacher, and I train people to become yoga and meditation teachers.
Okay. So as we are seeing, this is a need, actually, what has been missed in the schools, like, because there is so much mental stress in this year 2020. I can take off from my calendar, so are you. But actually, the year was there. It will not be forgotten. And situations are increasing. I hear a lot of parents are going through, their students, their kids, like what they've gone through, the mental stress and all. So what are you going to be working on, bringing some solace to the students in the school board? And let's hear from you about your origin, like you're an Indian origin, and what are you going to do something special for them?
Thank you. You're absolutely right. And I feel like I have that unique perspective to reflect on this problem that we will be facing. We are actually facing, but I feel like this is a problem that's not going to go away right away. This is a problem that, this pandemic did not come with a manual, did not come with instructions with it, how to deal with it. And we all just had to sort of rally together and find our way through this pandemic. And I feel like I have that unique perspective to be able to work with a lot of people. I work with hundreds, if not thousands of people each month. And that has given me the capacity to be able to really observe what people are suffering from, what they are dealing with right now, what are their challenges. And that has given me the capacity to be able to be a calm and collaborative leader, especially under a lot of stress. We all know a lot of us on this panel are at the positions of leadership, and you know that the leadership, the heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? So a lot of responsibility, a lot of stress comes with that, but being able to stay calm and relaxed with that responsibility is going to be of utmost importance. I want to be able to make sure that our school district champions not only the state but our country in terms of providing social, emotional, and mental health to our students. Can we create an environment in our district where students feel safe, where they feel that they can trust the resources the teachers, the counselors that are provided to them to come out and share what they are dealing with. I've been talking to a lot of high schoolers especially, and they are under a lot of stress, academic stress, social stress, emotional stress, mental stress. And the common thread that I've been finding is that they don't feel safe to be able to go out and share what they're dealing with. We have such a stigma around social, emotional, and mental health. My job would be to make sure that we make this conversation every day. We make this conversation easy and acceptable for our students, easy and accessible to our students, so they don't feel that stigma going to the teachers, going to the resources in sharing what they are experiencing. 40% of the students that are entering college level education report anxiety and depression as their biggest challenge. If we are doing a disservice if we are not providing our students the skills and the tools to be a well-rounded student, to be a well-rounded citizen. And there has to be a focus on that.
So Sabha,
Thank you very much.
one thing as something what I've been asking everyone, and the reason I asked this, I've been asking question is, as candidates of Indian origin, when we run for positions, we tend to first places we go to our community for help. We ask them, hey, support us, because you want to represent them. In return, the only thing I mean community looks for is if they are in need, or because our community is, first of all, they're not very educated in terms of what to do, so they hesitate in coming, and then they are very hesitant in asking for help. And we have seen, I mean, there are issues, whether they stay under the wraps most of the time, but there are issues. So that's the reason I've been asking every candidate this question around, what would you do, especially if your community needs help, actively, proactively, or if they come to you? That is an important question that defines, that helps us to also really reach out to people, ask them to help you as well. So please, if you can throw some light on that, and same question I'll be asking. I've been asking, and I'll continue to ask every.
Absolutely, I think that's an important question to ask. I feel that being a first generation Indian American, I have that unique perspective of what most of the families in our district are going through. You're absolutely right that sometimes you feel hesitant in reaching out, right? So is it possible as a district, as a school board member, for me to make sure that our community knows about the resources that are available in the district? And it is common with all the communities of, all the minority communities. You realize that the resources out there, but sometimes the communities that are coming from different cultural, historical backgrounds, they are hesitant in reaching out to the district. They're hesitant in using those resources. I get that. I understand that, because I am that parent who was hesitant in finding and seeking help. So I completely understand that. And my job would be to be that connector. My business life and my professional life has given me the opportunity to be the connector in bringing resources to the people who need those resources. Be a voice of the community. Be a voice of people who feel that they're not being heard. I think it is most important for us right now to understand that the most important thing for us as parents, the most important thing for our students in the district is to be seen, is to feel like they are being heard, that they belong and they are safe and they're included in the district as a whole. And my job would be to be that person who's that voice of inclusivity, be that voice of diversity, and allowing our students to feel safe and welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sabha. And we are just almost halfway through, but we have a lot. And school district 204 is an important district, and there are four candidates. That's why we took a little more time here to go through. Now we'll move to the next position, that is Indian Trails Public Library District. Candidate's name is Rekha Vemuri. Rekha, are you there on the call? I saw some people, because of, and I understand it's a campaign season. Everyone is, they have to go and do what they have to do. I don't see her. If she joins, we'll bring her in. The next one is the Naperville City Council candidate, our own Vasavi Chakka. Before I call Vasavi has been part of Indian community outreach for many years. She's part of our board as well, and one of the persons who has worked for many years. So Vasavi, can you please come in and talk about, introduce yourself, and as well as then Vandanaji will ask some questions.
Sure. Thank you. Before I start about myself, Krishna, I just want to applaud to ourselves, like, how far we came when we started with this journey, right? I mean, you and I, when we ran for a school board, and the changes we wanted to see, and our Indian community to get engaged in the civic leadership. It's really, I mean, it's so happy to see this great achievement. We have inspired so many people. And yeah, my name is Vasavi Chaka, and before going to that, the ICO you are seeing here, the Naperville one, and also Aurora one. Aurora ICO was actually established by Krishna. Krishna was the one who found that and made that happen what it is today. So congratulations, Krishna, and we always look for your guidance. My name is Vasavi Chaka. I'm running for Naperville City Council, and I have been a resident of Naperville for past 16 years. My husband is a scientist, and we moved here to provide my kids best possible opportunities for them to thrive, because Naperville has been #1 city to live and raise families, and it's known for its best schools and quality of living and all that. My both kids graduated from Neuqua Valley High School, and when they were in schools, I actively got engaged in PTA and PTSA. Before doing that, I get to know a great leader, Mayor of America, actually he was called, Mayor Pradle. I was talking to him, and then he said, then I was really inspired by his leadership. Then I asked him, how can I be a part of this civic engagement? Then he said, you have such a vibrant Indian community here, but they are all fragmented. You need to bring them together and get them engaged in the city community engagement. At that time, I was a very busy parent and a working woman. I'm traveling a lot. So I started with PTA. And during that time, I have seen a lot of disturbances in enrichment programs in the schools. So one of the programs was math counts. It was not equally offered to all the schools. So we fought for that. And that was the first victory we got. The math counts was implemented in 204 school district at that time. The second one is the STEM education. Myself and Krishna also, we fought for STEM education to be implemented in 204. When we started, a lot of people has no understanding of STEM, and we made that changes. We fought for it, and it is finally in our 204 school system, and it is called STEAM right now, and we are very proud of that achievement as well. So my journey did not stop there. And Vandanaji, before you ask the question, I'm going to answer it anyway. So I served on a lot of organizations, starting with ICO and PTA, PTSA president for Neuqua Valley High School. Then I joined 360 Youth Services and the community advisory, community alliances for prevention. That's for the drug abuse and mental health, these type of homelessness in kids. Those are the things the 360 Youth Services handle. Each time any organization I'm being part of, I don't represent myself as Vasavi. I'm representing our Indian community. What we can do, but what value we add to the society and the community, and being part of that fabric of the nation. So I've been to kids. I mean, I served on Kids Matter board, and also now Mayor appointed me to Commissioner of Naperville Sister City Commission, and I also a Rotarian and Rotarian, and I'm actually, I serve on Loaves and Fishes Advisory Committee as well right now. So why am I doing this? I do this for I deeply care about our community. Indians achieve so many heights in science and business and some other areas. But when it comes to civic engagement, we are very, very poor. When Krishna and I started this journey, we are only the people everywhere that people know. We were representing entire Indian community in civic leadership arena. And now it's proud to see all of you here. The reason I'm running for Naperville City Council, according to the census, last 2020 census, Indian community is like almost 17%, close to 17% in Naperville. But we do not have voice at the table. Lot of issues are happening because of misunderstanding of the culture and misunderstanding about the values, misunderstanding of where we come from. So all these things, Indian community outreach has educated the community so much, but there still need to be educated at the governance level. If we have a person at the board, at the council, addressing the issues which are sensible to the culture and the community, we can resolve a lot of problems. So I have three important priorities. One is public safety. The second is infrastructure development and economic recovery and economic development. All these needs a lot of experience. I come with 20 plus years of experience working for global companies like IBM, Siemens, and Getronics. I have a master's degree, and then I did the IT specialization in Six Sigma and project management. With those skill sets, I saved a lot of hundreds of millions of dollars for the companies. That financial background and people management skills are so important for the city council. And I would be bringing those values, and I will be representing every citizen in Naperville community equally. I am running for the people, representing for the people, not for the special interest or any political parties. So when people elect you, they are actually trusting you with their vote. So we should not be betraying them with our special interests when we get on the positions. So that is my, all my life, I respect value-based education and promote value-based leadership. Those are the things I would bring to the table. Transparency is very important in governance. So I have all the qualifications. I understand the problems of the city and the community, and I have the skill set. I'm very confident I'm a very right candidate for the city council. And I really appreciate your vote on April 6th or before that. I'm number 3 on the ballot. And I really thank you all from bottom of my heart for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Vasvi. And we have I won't ask this question because I know that what you do for the Indian community, and I have seen it firsthand, and you will continue to do that. Vandana ji, you have any questions for Vasvi?
I just want to say this is for all actually. Leadership does require that you have to take a stand. You cannot just, there is no room for hypocrisy, number one. And number two, I would urge to you, to your families, to your friends, go to vote. Tomorrow is the early voting starting. This citizenship doesn't is only for like sponsoring your family. Exercise your right and don't complain. Wish you all the best and good luck. Vasvi ji, all the best. Good luck.
Thank you, Vandana ji. Thank you all. I wish you all the best for all the candidates. Just hang in there. It's only a few more days.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Vasvi.
Thank you.
And by the way, Naperville is the second largest economy in the state of Illinois. So it is an important position. We would love to see you there because we do need right representation, definitely. So with that, next position again, Naperville is Nag Jaiswal. He's running for Naperville Park District. Nag.
Thank you, Krishna.
I know we have been stretching. We are running short on time a little bit. So if we can try to compress, and sorry, I'm not trying to just point on you, Nag. I mean, going forward, we have to do
no
that.
issues. No issues. I respect everyone's time. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Vandana ji. Thank you, ICO, and the audience for providing the chance. Congratulations for all the candidates to going through, and there is a lot of mud out there, and it takes brave hearts to face it. And in the August Indian audience, I'm very lucky. When Krishna and Vasaviji stood, it was 2013 and we were voters. We never voted in civil engagement. So we came a long way, and I'm very proud to be part of this. So my name is Nag Jaiswal. I'm a father of 3. And I come from Hyderabad. I'm a multilingual. I speak Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, understand Tamil and Malayalam. So my family, we speak almost all the languages. Either we understand, and we have friends across. I came to US 29 years ago for my master's in electrical engineering. I also have a master's in executive MBA. Worked in large professional organizations, had my own startup. Today I work for Salesforce, and I believe in strong voice of the customer, understanding the community. My Matrabhumi is India, my Karma Bhumi is US. And I want to bridge that, being the voice of the community. My platform that I am running on is basically Naperville Park District believes in healthy bodies and healthy minds. I want it to be healthy bodies and happy minds. We are coming out of COVID. I heard all the school district candidates and everyone talk about stress and what it does. Park District was the first one to open up, whether it was the golf courses or the parks last May. And since then, people were at least not bottled up in their homes. So Park District plays a very big role after the schools. That's where you go out, the trails. Naperville has extensive parks, 148, and then we have trails, about 11 million hectares of the trails that are for public. Naperville also has its own security. So the platform I'm working on is to build a public-private partnership, that is, have small businesses part of the parks. Let's celebrate parks, bring our community, not just our community, but several communities to the park and celebrate music in the park, food in the park, food trucks in the park. Let's do that. We have one great event that Krishnaji and ICO do that, but let's do that in a small way so that we can promote the culture. Let's take the gap out, right? We might be wearing different clothes, we might be talking different languages, but at the heart, we're all people who are in the parks, so that we can all mingle, and celebrate it. I also want to increase the business footprint, Indian small business footprint, by associating them with park events and any other events that come across. I am running on a safety platform, public safety platform. There are several things that are happening in the society that opens up the safety concerns. Parks are no different. There was time, when safety was just, understood, it was derived, but today we need to work hard, and Naperville Police and Naperville Park Police play a very significant role in keeping the city safe, and I'm just promoting that as well as part of the platform. Least but not least, the environment and the sustainability of our parks is important. So I want to make sure that as ROI, if there is an ROI, that's very important. We have to be conservative and make sure the levies don't increase. We don't want more taxes on the citizens. Naperville Park District is profitable. It has AAA bond rating. So we have a great board. 4 seats are getting vacant, and we have excellent candidates running. With my financial background, I want to make sure that AAA bond rating stays. We don't want to charge any more extra taxes for the citizens, and get more sponsorship from corporate so that we have more offerings, whether be it cricket leagues or whether it is yoga in the park, or we might have some of it, but I want to promote more related to mental health, meditative practices. All of that is possible because of the cultural background that I have. So again, I thank all the voters out there. Spread the word. Each one reach 10. Please, please, please promote us on your social networks, emails, texts. Please share our Indian names. I am number 2 on the ballot for Naperville Park District. I am part of the Naperville ballot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nag, so much. Vandana ji?
Nagji, as you mentioned, park districts does play a very important role because it is very, very important in today's time when we talk about getting engaged, not only just by these instruments, but physically also, and which is lacking gradually. So what, because there is so much budget constraints that cities do have, and you may have to work on that too, to make sure that everybody gets their due share and encourage the school districts to partners with them so that they can avail, because all the schools also doesn't have those kind of facilities, and to involve the communities also to use the facilities which are available. So will that be possible when you, because a lot of our Indian community, though, they are good for dancing, singing when it comes to events, but when it comes to the health, because it is a time for us to take charge of our health also.
That's a great question. I'm going to take a few minutes on this. So there is
can we shorten it, please?
Okay, all right. I'm on it. Yeah. So the question there is, can we involve? Yes, there was a question on swim. There was a question on including more participation. And the first answer was, we can't invest on capital budgets, but we can look at what facilities we have so that we can build a bridge to schools and parks. One of them could be swim. One of them could be cricket leagues, where schools can have the leagues, but park can organize it with the pitches it has. So schools don't have to invest. Same thing with swimming. We can bring our park district kids to schools if they have the bandwidth. The idea here is, what can we do to maximize the resources we have? And if we don't have, we should raise it. Park district has money. We are in a great position. We have AAA bond rating. So if push comes to shove, we need money for activities that require, we can work with the board. That said, we need to bring our community out in the open, which means get out of the Xboxes and everything else. Kids come and play in the park, just like my kids did. But today I don't see that, right? COVID pushed us into the trails, but I'm hoping that will continue post-COVID. Then again, we don't go back into the PlayStations and Xboxes. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later personally. I'll call you.
Thank you so much, Ajay.
Okay, let's move to the next candidate. And this is Meghna Bansal from the trustee for Wheatland Township.
Hello,
Meghna?
friends.
Yes.
Hello. Thank you, ICO, for hosting this virtual meet and greet for Indian American candidates who are running over the Chicagoland and giving them opportunity to introduce themselves in much larger audience. This is a very unique and wonderful program. So I congratulate ICO for doing this. Thank you. My name is Meghna Bansal, and I am a Wheatland Township resident for over 16 years. An active business community leader based in Naperville, Aurora. Professionally, I am finance executive and lead accounting finance department in Q1 Technologies, a global technology company. Academically, I hold MBA in business and finance. I have multiple certifications in IT and have been married to the organizer of this event, Krishna, for over 26 years. And I have 2 daughters who are attending college right now. I have a passion to work for our community for over many years now, and I believe in giving back. It is giving me immense happiness doing this community service. As a volunteer, I have been actively involved in working for education, business, and civic organizations. I have been volunteering for HOA, schools, PTA, swim teams, local and state elections. Since 2017, I have been serving on White Eagle Homeowner Association Board, and I have been elected twice and serving multiple committees. I am also integral part of Indian Community Outreach Program, involved in leading Women's Wing, organizing India Day Parade and celebration-like programs, and many community and educational events. I was also the part of marijuana opt-out initiative that happened last year in Naperville and have several congressional, state, local candidates in past few years. Why I'm running for Wheatland Township trustee position. When I got this opportunity, I was really happy because I have all these years I have worked behind the scene. Now it was the time for me to step up and come forward and give my expertise in and I realized that I'm qualified for serving this trustee position. I believe in American values, and I'm running to instigate and maintain these in Wheatland Township. With my professional experience and education in accounting and finance, I can help balancing the budget and secure financial surplus for residents' needs. I strongly believe in family values. I will work upholding these while advancing security and prosperity for our people. With my diverse background and ethnicity, I will be able to serve and represent largest minority of a township. Yeah.
Thank you, Vannaji.
Interesting. I do public service. I have to drag my family also into public service. That is what Bansals are for. And I do know Isha and Dia both have been, I've seen them actually. It is not because how the ICO, they were doing India Day parade, how these two girls have been involved. And first of all the best, Meghna, that you decided.
Thank you, Vannaji.
You took up this or you've been pushed. But this is always, they say, this is an ocean. You can just go in. There is no way of coming out of it. Meghna, I cannot ask you because that will be showing a light to the sun, to be honest, what you will do as an Indian community, because I'm seeing you on ground in person for more than 15 years now. And I wish you all the best, good luck, and keep up the good work. It is not about winning and losing. I know that that doesn't matter to you. Love you all.
But I still would like to state that, of course, Krishna has been the inspiration and motivation behind me running, of course. But if elected, I will be voice for my fellow Indian American people within my jurisdiction as well as beyond. I will try my best to help them connected with other authorities as much I can do. And I would like to mentor if in future my kids or any other family members or friends or Indian American community people would like to run, we would really like to support them and I would like to help them. So again, my name is Meghna Bansal. I live in Naperville. I'm running for Wheatland Township trustee. I believe, like budget at home, government should also live within its means. The candidates have kept the tax levy rates steady all these years. They have even frozen the elected official salaries at 2009 rate. I want to bring more of your money in your pocket. With my financial background, I would like to bring more surplus to the township without increasing the tax rate and help those local businesses who have suffered with COVID-19 pandemic. So I ask everyone, please go out and vote. April 6th is the election. Early voting starts Monday. Trust me, every single vote does count. Don't even think that if my one vote doesn't work, it doesn't matter in 10,000 votes. Maybe 5,000 people thinking might be the same. So please go out, ask your friends, neighbors, all families and members to go out and vote. It is your civic duty. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Voting is very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna.
Thank you, Meghna.
Yeah, let's move on to the next candidate. Syed Hossaini, he's running for as a trustee of Hanover Park, an old friend and active community member, has been involved with many organizations as well as a lot of public work. Unfortunately, I saw a message from him. He
Syed
had to
left because he had to go for another commitment.
You want to
But
say
Syed has been helping community as a banker he was. And Krishnaji said that we can have his introduction on our page like ICO, because he had to leave. Pramodji left also because Pramod Shah had a coffee meeting. So he messaged.
So we will get the details about Syed, but again, he has been always in community, running as a trustee for Hanover Park. Now, trustee is same as council or alderman in different, I mean, they're called different in different cities and villages. So he's running for Hanover Park. So let's all support him. Next is Gaurav Patel. Do we see Gaurav Patel? He's running for trustee for Hoffman State. Now, Gaurav, are you there? Let me see. Gaurav is not here.
I don't see him.
Yeah, Banda, you want to say something about Gaurav?
Gaurav is a dental into his dental practice here in the Hoffman Estate area. He's been a resident of Hoffman Estate, and there is a slate that they have been means new Hoffman. That's what they call progressive Hoffman. And as you one of our own, I mean, seeing him working for the community. So I wish him all the best and good luck. Whosoever in that area, please do go and support him.
Okay, and the next one, I believe I don't see also Dr. Suresh Reddy. He's a trustee from, he's running as a for the trustee position in Oak Brook. And Oak Brook, so you guys know, means we have one of our own person of Indian origin who's the mayor of, who has been the mayor of Oak Brook for many years now, Mr. Gopal Lal Malani. Under his leadership, Dr. Suresh Reddy is running.
And Suresh Reddy has been a past president of API. As we know, every sixth physician is of Indian origin. Can we imagine a day without an Indian? Everybody has been going to a doctor of an Indian origin.
Yeah, Dinkar, you want to say something about Suresh Reddy? If you're still there, I know you're here, but okay. So Dr. Suresh Reddy also has been involved again in our community very widely. He worked quite extensively during COVID times along with his fellow doctors, and again, a good person. He has always been helping our community, so definitely a great person who's taken this decision to run for public office. Next on list is candidate from running for trustee in Palatine Township, Mr. Thakkar Basati. Thakkarji, are you there? Yeah, I see you there.
I can see him. I know Thakkarji for almost like 25 plus years. He has been a past president Punjabi Cultural Society.
He's here. So Thakkarji.
Yeah.
Hello. First of all, thank you for organizing this one. Actually, it's very promising to see so many candidates coming out. And normally, our people have that stigma that the politics is dirty. We still carry the same weightage from back home. But over here, politics is all about how you spend people's money here. Anyway, I have lived in Palatine since 1991. 2 of my children went to the Palatine public schools. I have been in the hospitality or hospital, worked as a patient care person for 30 years. For over 20 years, I have been coordinating activities of the senior citizens of my community. I am the founding member of Partners for Our Community. We call it POC. And I'm also the founding president of Punjabi Cultural Society based in Palatine. I have done a lot of interfaith activities in Palatine, organized a lot of functions, was involved quite a bit in Asian American Coalition of Chicago. If elected, I will be the first South Asian American person on that board. The board, so it has no diversity there. Palatine Township and Palatine City Council do not have any ethnic people on their boards. Actually, township is a 6 square mile area in America is divided into 6 square mile areas. It basically covers the unincorporated area that cities do not cover. So there are 4 of us running against the incumbents, and I have 3 children. One of my daughters, she lives in Lombard. She's an incumbent on school board. She's a lawyer by profession. So if elected, I would like to bring diversity. Our supervisor, she's of Hispanic community, so we do have a gay person on the slate too, so it'll be a big diverse slate in Palatine. Thank you very much.
Vannaji.
Yeah, Basati Bhai Sahab, first of all, thank you so very much. And really appreciate that you've been involved very much into the community in this area. And I just want to share with people like Palatine has home to the largest Gurdwara of Midwest. That's called Palatine Gurdwara, Sikh Religious Society. And Basati ji is involved into that. He's engaged with seniors in that area. So what will be the role that you will be playing once elected? That means because being elected and being appointed, there are two different roles, like, you know. So let's hear from you.
Yeah.
A person of Indian origin, that to a Sikh, Singh with the turban. So that's the identity that you'll be carrying.
Thank you, Vandanaji. Thank you. Actually, Palatine Township has the privilege of they have right now we have a Swaminarayan temple in Palatine, and there's a big mosque in Rolling Meadows that also comes into the jurisdiction of Palatine Township. If elected, I would like to bring all these people into the township. Right now, there's no input from our community. And any field you touch nowadays, there's an Indian in that field, and we have done very well economically. We are successful in any field we go to, but there's no involvement with the community or with the governing bodies. So if elected, if our slate, unfortunately, this is the political slate we have to run. Township is there's a competition between Republicans and the Democrats. And if we get elected, the first thing we're going to do is bring all the communities together. We want representation from all the communities. There are great people from our Indian origin that, like I said, have no input in running the township or the city council. So that's first thing we will do, bring all these communities together. There's a great culture that we can present there. Right now, they are just doing Thanksgiving baskets. They're doing Easter baskets, but there's no cultural representation like Hanover Township. They do cultural programs there. They have invited us a few times. We go there and present our culture. So that will be where my focus will be. And there are a lot of jobs for in the township, in the city. There's no Indians there that we will open that for them too.
चलो मैं अपना resume भेज रही हूँ. Thank you.
Definitely, you will be on top. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Asati. Let's just quickly get to the Nimish Jani ji have already spoken. Mr. Pramod Shah, who's running for trustee from Skokie, he had to leave too because of the coffee he had. Next online is a trustee for village of Lincolnwood, Sanita Agnihotri. She is again a very well-known person in our community. She has been engaged with community service for a long period of time. Sanita ji, can we please have you come and introduce yourself?
Sure. Namaskar. Thank you, ICO, Vandana ji, Krishna ji, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Sanhita Agnihotri. I'm a PhD in botany, biology, say here. And I was a professor in Delhi University for almost 7 years before coming to America. I've been living in Lincolnwood for almost 26 years. My kids, I have 2 kids, one son, one daughter. They have gone to Todd Hall and Lincoln Hall in village of Lincolnwood. So I know this village for almost 26 years. And beside this, I am already commissioner in Ward 43, SSA Ward 43. It's a SSA Ward is on demand. So my job is to help businesses solve their problem, and if there is any like sanitation or license issue, so we handle that. It's called Special Service Area, Ward 43. Beside this, I'm running a not-for-profit organization called Lighthouse Foundation for almost 11 years. And under this, I fund and help startup projects of females, especially from underprivileged society, if the females want to start their own business, small businesses, before that needs small money. So I fund that, I help them, I educate them how to start their own business. Apart this, I have an office. Me and my husband are accountant. My husband does accounting and I do mortgages. Now I have I gave my business, my mortgage business to my daughter, Ina. I'm into hospitality business also. We have a Radisson Hotel in Schaumburg. So my hands are full. but kids have grown up, so they have taken over the business, and I'm like free working for the community. In the COVID time, sorry, one more thing, I was a past president of FIA, Federation of Indian Associations. We do a parade on Diwan. That was for 2 years, before 2 years, 2018. And long back, I was the first news reader on TV when that Z, Sony, all these TVs were not in America, not in Chicago. So somebody has started a TV station here. So I was the first news reader because my Hindi was like Hindi and Urdu mix. So that's how I started my social business, social media business. And after that, I've been running a radio station for almost 6-7 years. I have hosted many shows in Chicago. So presently, I'm a chairperson in the Department of Aging Well in Village of Lincolnwood. That's my present position. And doing all this, I was thinking, let me just go out and see how the resident of in Lincolnwood, what they feel, what they have the problems. And because in the corona season, COVID season, people were outside. They were not like going to each other's house, but they were sitting outside and their doors were open because they were like, maybe they were bored inside. So I had a chance to meet more and more people in Village of Lincolnwood. And I was like talking to them with the social distancing, with a mask on. And then it was, I was very much surprised. They have small problems, but many problems, like the problems with the neighbors, problem with the garbage, problems with the leaves, where to collect. It's just an education problem because they don't know what time the garbage will be picked up and how they can leave the leaves outside, it should be in the bag or it should be outside, because Skokie has a different rule and Village of Lincolnwood has different rule. So slowly and gradually I've involved with the city, with the village, and going to the village and then asking about the rules, asking about those small problems. So that's how I got involved in the city with the mayor. And so mayor said, because you are very much involved with the senior people, so why don't you become chairperson for this Department of Aging Well? So that's how I got involved in the in this field, in that want to become trustee of Village of Lincolnwood. So that's my whole story. And what I'm going to do after this, I just keep working with the seniors, middle-aged people and seniors, because not only Desi community, but I believe it's like personality thing that people are shy. They don't want to go to village. They don't want to call them. They don't want to ask. They just keep suffering. They just keep everything in their mind, in their heart. So I want to be a bridge between those people, between Village of Lincolnwood and between residents of Lincolnwood. There is an Purple Hotel there at the corner of Lincoln and Toohey. That place is vacant for almost 4, 5, 6 years, and it's a premium place. So I'm going to have invite some businesses or some builders to build that, because that's a great loss of revenue every year. That's all I'm going to do. Thank you so much.
Vandana ji, any questions from your side? We are
Sanhita ji, all the way from Uttam Pradesh, Kanpur to Lincolnwood, next to the Vaughan Avenue. Really working with Desis for a long time. Let's hear from you, because as you mentioned, I just want to share that I think the Lincolnwood mayor is also one of an Indian origin candidate. His name is Jaisal Patel. We tried to contact him, but was not able to. So you already spoke what you really want to do. What will be, as an elected official, like, of an Indian origin, that you've been already doing it, because as an appointed and elected, it will be very different. So let's hear from you. A lot of Indian American community is living in Lincolnwood area because that's next to Vaughan Avenue.
Yeah, so my position, like this chairperson of the Department of Aging Well, I have to go and talk to senior people. I have to involve them in with the village, and we need more and more activities so that senior citizens and especially middle people, middle age also, they should get involved in the village. They don't, we don't, there is no, nobody who can talk to them and who can talk to village of Lincolnwood. There are so many problems as they have been neglected. Maybe they are shy, but they have lot of time. There is a lot of loneliness is there. And when I go and talk to them, they are so happy. They want to talk to me. They want to share their experiences. So I just want to bring them out, bring more fun to them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Vandaji, we have we are getting to the end, but we have last not the least.
Khurram.
Sorry, Khurramji, we had to. I mean, that's not by choice. It's the trustee.
No, that's right.
Wayne was the last digit letter in there, so that's how you got into that. So, Khurram Saeed, please, would like to hear from you, and then Vandaji will ask.
Okay, no problem. Anyway, my township start with W, so I come the last anyway. Hello, as you all know, I'm Khurram Sayed. I'm a candidate for Wayne Township trustee position. First, I want to thank Indian Community Outreach for hosting this event today, especially Vandana ji and Krishna ji. Like all, I also came to this country from Hyderabad, India, about 37 years back with the dream of pursuing my future in US. After finishing my education in management here, I joined a Fortune 500 company and worked with them for 27 years. I also opened up a sport-related company dealing in sports, especially cricket. What inspired me to run? I'm working with Indian community, especially youth and seniors. I was a volunteer with FIA Chicago. Sangeeta ji was my president when I was with her at the time, and Kirti bhai, Iftakhar bhai, all of them. Also with other Indian community groups and forums. While working in this, I noticed our seniors who are here has a retired or moved from India with living with their sons and daughters are missing the livelihood they had in youth too in India. That inspired me to join American Association of Retired Asian. This is one of the big retired community service in Chicago. I'm currently a board member of ARA, a nonprofit organization helping South Asians through many programs and congregated meals. I organize many cultural events and work with Hanover Township Mental Health Board to get them services they need. Also, that way, those seniors that I'm working with, will have all the things that they needed. Also, our youth who need to learn the culture of India and the game we used to play, got me into cricket coaching. So I involved in establishing youth cricket coaching camps and took tours and youth teams to India 5 times. Plus, I was a media manager for under-19 cricket team for the US for the World Cup 2006 and served in United States Cricket Board as a regional director for 10 years. My political life started by helping candidates in their election from president to senators and local elections officer. I also ran in 2017 for the first time for the Bartlett Park District as a commissioner. Yes, I lost my election by 242 votes, but gained a lot of experience and motivated me to work more for the community. I also a committee member with Hanover Township Diversity and Engagement Committee for 2 years, where I helped in organizing international fair, where some Indian dance troupe participated in many other programs while it committed to get more diversity. After moving to Wayne Township 2 years back, I'm actually a resident of Bartlett for last 20 years, and I was in the Cook County side, so I was in the Hanover Township. Now I moved to Wayne Township side of Bartlett 2 years back. See, this township is lacking any diversity in the programs, no participation of Indian community, even though we have the biggest temple in South Asia in this township, BAPS, and still a lot of South Asian people and Indian people living in this country, but is lacking the diversity in the programs and no participation of Indian community, which has many living in this township. And the senior center has no programs that will help our Indian or South Asian community like other township around the northwest suburbs. Especially the Hanover Township has a lot of them while I was there. So looking all this, if I'm elected, I'll bring diversity in the township, bring programs that have ethnicity and the culture, plus bring some Indian cultural program through international fair like I did at Hanover Township. Culture plus bring some fair and get more youth involved in participating township committee. Also bring diversity in their senior services and getting mental health board to help everyone in the programs that that has in the mental health board. Because this current board has not established a mental health board in many years they exist. In the end, I just want to thank ICO for giving me a chance to speak today, and please ask your families and friends to vote for me and my slate who are living in Wayne Township, because we as a Indians or South Asians, we don't go for municipal elections. So please tell your family and friends to vote. Early voting start tomorrow. And also I would like to say good luck to all the candidates who are running in this coming election. Thank you.
Thank you, Khurram. And Vandana ji, any?
Yes, Khurramji, I do know you. Cricket is your passion. It's your first love. And so is the community. And we are seeing many, many more pitches coming in the area. You said there is not much in the township that you are in. So sports do bring people together and bring peace and harmony, which is need of the time today. So let's hear from you. Means what will be your first priority if elected the next day? What you want to do?
Okay, you like you say, this township, I'm the first South Asian or Indian to be running in this township. Nobody ran in this township, or they never tried to run for this township. And the second question for you, for the youth, because there are so many Indian families living around in these townships, and this township has almost boundary of 38 miles radius, and it's a big township. And yes, we are a lot of unincorporated areas that has, places deserted, they're not being used. Township is not utilizing those spaces for anything. So my thing is, to do something with that area to get, the youth involved, not only, our South Asians or Indian community, but all other, people that will benefit from this. So especially, the grounds, you mean like you just say, yes, the pitches are going all over the Chicago. Yes, but if you look in the areas, the only place that, we can see in this is Hanover Park and Carroll Stream, but both of them doesn't come in our township. But our township has so many land that can be used for this purpose, rather than just deserted out for nothing. Plus, we have so much of taxes that we paying in this community, like even if you look at that, we have the highest per capita income people in this township with $135,000 income per family. So that's the biggest than anybody else in this community. So it's a big number. And when I was moved to this side of Bartlett in 2 years back, I started attending the township meetings, either Zoom or in person. That I come to know they don't care about us. I mean, even though, we're paying so much taxes. So we need to get this, not only one township, but there are many, that will work. Except I can say Hanover Township, they do everything they can. I mean, because I work for them and I know how good they were in that thing. And Schaumburg Township. So those are the township we can take examples that we can develop other townships, because we are paying taxes and we are, if we call one of the highest paid per capita income, they're taking money from us. So why don't they give us the service that they needed to? So that is my motto, and that is what I'm running for. And like seniors, whatever I told.
Thank you very much. Wish you all the best and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I know we are running over time now. It's 4:05. We had like over 20 candidates who signed up today, and we know there are many more who couldn't sign up. So there is a whole slate. There is a big group of people who are running, and that's really heartwarming. As many good points were raised today. One is like we are contributing significantly in economic way, but in this country to have any voice, we need to get elected. That's number one. You get the respect, you get your voice only if you're elected. Number two is the country is run by people, and we are smart, we are professional. So we need, people expect us to be in there so that they can work with us. Once you step in, you will feel very welcomed, and you must be all feeling that as you have all stepped up. So congratulations. Thank you for what you have been doing. We feel really good at ICO that we have been running this campaign for many years, and this is working. I mean, many people are directly, indirectly, we are able to reach to many people and who are looking to run and who are running now. So that's a great thing. One thing we like to offer, I mean, we have a lot of people who have expertise in elections, helping with any issues you may have, or we have a lot of connectivity within your area. So please reach out to us. If any one of us can do anything for you, if you are having any problems or anything, if you need any help, anything we can do, we will be calling and asking in every of these communities for at least from our community, making a call to come out and vote. That is the most important thing. If our community doesn't come out and vote, then we are just like no one. I mean, popularly, I know Raja Krishnamoorthy, Congressman, he says this, he mentions this in every of his speech when he goes out, that unless you are on the, he says, unless you are on the menu, you are just the food. So we have to be there. We have to come out and be part of the system. System is very welcoming, but we have to take a step forward. We have to do it. Congratulations. Thank you. And thank you. One more thing I'd like to say is to your families, because personally, I know how much a toll, how much of the sacrifices your families have to make. Running is not easy. It's a difficult thing. But believe me, winning or losing, it's very fruitful in terms of you learn a lot. When you come out, you learn a lot about the system. My humble appeal to you will be stay engaged. Don't give up. If you're not able to make up in the first round, don't give up. Just continue. There are a lot of opportunities. We'll all join hands, continue working. That should be the goal. That's something we need to do. Vandana, you would like to say something before we close?
Yeah, there is a question actually. Either Arjun can answer or Shweta. I think this is for both of them. How many Indian voters are there on your 10th ward? And what are the issues that they are facing in their ward?
I don't know if they're still there on the call.
So,
I'll get the.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say, because of lack of awareness, registered Indian voters, that's a small number. And a lot of people never came out to vote in municipal elections. So this time, because 2 Indian candidates are running, I think we are going to bring them out collectively. So that is one thing. Other thing is, I think Indian community here is quite connected, as well as they're involved in the community. So getting them more involved is one thing, and the other thing is getting them aware of what things are available in the city. So it is like they can get those things easily. So
thank you,
So
Shweta.
numbers are not yet known.
Yeah,
So I
thank you,
can just
Shweta.
answer.
Yes.
This
Vandana,
was
you
a
will
question
get
from
the first-
Jatinder
yeah.
Bedi, Krishna.
You need to close quickly, so if you can just give your closing comments.
Okay.
Me or
No,
sorry.
Vandana, Vandana, you want to?
I want to say thank you to each and everyone. As Krishna has already mentioned, your time is precious. I know you guys have to chase so much. And we appeal each and every one, make sure that you become and join hands with each other. It's not about me, myself, it's about we ourselves. Like, let's do he, that is human empowerment, not we, not me, means like, let's do that.
Yeah, let's together we all are going to make a difference. It is very important. And believe me, local elections are the heart of everything. State and national elections, they're fine, but the most impact that comes to our lives are from the local elective officials. And what you are doing is the most important thing. So thank you again. Please reach out to us if in any way we can help. With this, I will sign off today, and this recording will be made available on the social media. That will be sent out to multiple media outlets as well. So look forward for that, and good luck. And anyone who's listening, I mean, everyone who's listening, please go out and vote. Please ask your family, your neighbors, everyone to go out to vote. That is the most important thing. With that, we will see you soon in our next round of conversations.